Hello, welcome to IMHO.
And my homosexual opinion.
I'm Darby.
And I'm Alexis P. Bevels. The P today stands for, say it with me.
Padum.
Padum.
Oh, you didn't have one? Okay.
Yeah.
No, the P today can stand for...
Poppers. Did you see the new Troye Sivan song? Rush or whatever?
Did you just have a rush of...
Did I just do poppers?
Yeah.
Troye Sivan. Poppers.
No, I won't
Rush.
watch it, and I'll tell you why.
You don't need to watch it, but have you heard it?
No.
Fun.
Because Troye Sivan
Is a
famously is Curtis's favorite twink.
What?
And
Only because he's like the only one right now.
that's true. He's the number one twink in the land.
There's not really any more.
The number one twink. I'm also just really jealous that well, no, I was doing enough. I was going to say, at his age, to feel so confident, well, being super insecure at his age, I did way more poppers than he's doing at his confident moment, so I guess I don't need that. Never mind. Good for you, twink. No, what I am doing right now is supporting actors. Ally.
Yes,
okay.
we are standing with the actors and SAG and the WGA.
Yeah, so joining the writers on the picket line are the actors, the Screen Actors Guild, including my husband. So yesterday, at time of filming, yesterday was the first day of strike.
Yeah.
So he went to do his little, does anyone know when I'll get paid again?
Right.
That's the one I told him to use. So he's doing that, and he's also texting me from picket line.
Oh, here's all the famous
Here's
people.
the famous people I'm seeing.
Oh, wow.
Because I told him I wanted to know. I'm curious, okay? I'm a curious cat.
You care about who's there.
So while he's please pay me. I went to lunch with Sovereign Sire from Twitter. You know Sovereign Sire. She helped me raise more money for JB to help pay the bill. And she lives in LA, and she's like, we should get together. And I'm like, yes, of course. Like, let me get your lunch. Like, I appreciate you so much. Anyway, we had a wonderful lunch, and we have another plan.
When was this?
You were working because...
But was it yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had yesterday off.
But you needed the full day. You worked so hard
So
all
you went to lunch with
week.
someone that watches our show.
Would you have had money to eat lunch?
Let's see. At that time, yes.
Listen, catch me at the wrong time. No, so we go to lunch. I'm getting these updates. And I'm
Okay.
like, oh my God, my husband is seeing this celebrity that's so crazy. And
Wow.
then I'm sitting here at this table, right? There's me and then
there's
a
Sovereign.
friend. And
I'm
she's
at work.
She's at work.
But I wasn't at work. I was at my house.
You were thinking about
sort
work.
of just,
You
and it's
were-
really
So
really
I'm
makes
sitting
me
across. And then
happy that you thought of me during
I
this
see
time when I just so
out of the corner of
recently
my
got stood
eye,
up.
I see two people walk in, and then they sit at the table just like right there. Like I'm here, just like right there.
Mm-hmm.
Sit, and I turn and I look. It's James Marsden.
And the guy from Jury Duty was with him?
No, it was a bald white man, so I assume the money.
Daddy Warbucks.
Daddy Warbucks. So he had just dropped Annie off at rehab. James Marsden, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be very real with you. We've all thought he's attractive, okay? He's very hot on TV and film. However, in person, there's a thickness to him that you don't see on film. Like his muscles are bigger, they're wider, and he was tan. He was wearing all black, and the high yesterday was like 95, so I thought that was strange. But yeah, he's hot. He's
James,
hot.
if you're watching.
Yeah, thank you so much for being a patron. So I text my husband like, hey, I'm so happy to hear of all the celebrities you're saying. I'm eating lunch next to James Marsden, and ultimately I won. And that's what strikes are all about, okay? Who is the real winner and loser here? Well, in this situation, I was the winner.
And I was the loser.
And then
I had a fabulous day, can I tell you?
Did you see James Marsden?
No.
I win!
But I washed my makeup brushes.
What?
I cleaned my room. My roommate and I cleaned our bathroom because it was still messy from the person who lived there before. And we got rid of a bunch of stuff. And then I was feeling the energy of productivity, and I cleaned my makeup brushes.
What if, okay, ooh, idea. What if, while we do this episode of All Stars, you clean my makeup brushes, and it'll be kind of like an ASMR thing. So as I'm talking, you're just going. I've never cleaned a brush. Just how you do it. I assume that's how it's done.
Oh. it was satisfying. Do you have that? Do you have brush cleaner?
I do. Oh, bitch, I have bought many brush cleaning systems. Okay. I've got it all. The tiny little washing machine that you put your beauty blender in. Yeah, I bought that a couple times. I don't use that shit. Listen, if you clean your brushes, how are you gonna
get out?
Clean somebody else?
If you don't clean your own, if you can't clean your brushes,
I don't know that I've ever washed. I'm sure I have.
You're more of like a buy new ones when they get dirty.
Okay, well that sounds even worse. I'm just dirty. How about that?
But you don't buy expensive ones. You buy cheap ones so you can just replace them easily.
Right, but I donate them. I would never just throw something away. That's crazy. I take my old dirty brushes and I donate them to people with dirty faces. Is that not a thing? It
hurt and also helped. On this week's episode of the All Stars 8, we've welcomed back all of our previously, what is that word?
Yep.
Contestants. And this time, wait, did they do a library?
Yes.
We got a double library this week.
But what I love, and we saw it last week, but we got to see it repeat this week, and it brought me so much joy when they were a top 3 and they came in and Candy was on one because she thought she'd made it to the end.
Yeah.
And then we cut to the next day and you see the light leave her eyes. Cut to this week, there's the top 2 and Candy is on one. And she and Jimbo get into a fake fight. Jimbo said
they
had the funniest back and forth when Jimbo was like, I didn't come all the way from another country and bring all my shit. And then Candy goes, bitch, that flight's like 2 hours. And then she goes, like, it's 4 hours.
4 hours.
And if you don't have an aisle or a window seat, it's really hard.
I did laugh at that.
I loved it.
That was so
But you
funny.
saw there was so much life and so much light in Candy's eyes.
I know.
And then they cut to the next day and Rue's like, I'm bringing everyone back. And you could just see, even Jimbo kind of withered a little. You could see they both aged.
Like, come on, let's just get this over
Oh,
with.
but I love it.
Which is what I felt too. But it was good to see the girls, and they did a library contest.
Finally, I was like, did we not get a library
They didn't do one last All Stars either.
I
think.
Was so excited.
Don't tell me if I'm wrong.
Well, go ahead and leave the comment because it does help us in the algorithm. I love the libraries where it has the All-Stars edit where they want to be nice, right? It's the end of the competition. There's no reason to show someone failing at the library, which I'm sure Naisha did. But, like, there's no reason to show that. I'm just
You
kidding.
could tell by just the people that had, like,
one
comments.
or two, if that many. Yeah. It was just like a reunion. That's all. It was so sweet. I loved it.
It was fun.
And Jimbo is so fucking funny.
Jimbo is
What did she say?
funny.
She had one really good. Oh, Naisha Lopez. If J-Lo were here, she'd say, fuck you. No, really, fuck you. So simple, but it works, you know?
Yeah.
So we find out they're doing a talent show.
And it's the Fame Games extravaganza, and Jimbo and Candy are going to host.
I loved that.
I thought that was cute.
That had to make them feel so good, too. That, like, everyone else is under us.
Yeah.
So it's like a big-ass talent show.
It was a big-ass talent show. Everyone got 1 minute exactly to stir up their stuff. And let's talk about RuPaul. RuPaul. She looks so cute.
Was this not one of her promo images from a past season?
Probably, and who knows?
Right?
And who cares?
Because I've seen that dog. You know the dog that dresses up? I've seen that dog in this look. So I know Rue's done it before.
I liked it.
Right? No, I mean, it looks great. Although it was kind of funny when she's talking to the judges for a long time. Every time they'd cut back, I'd be like, oh, where's she going? Like, she just put... You're going to bed.
I'm so sorry.
I know, you've had a long day.
I got up early and I did some pages.
Pages?
I wrote my pages. You know, sometimes I write.
Journal?
Yeah.
Oh, novel.
But I was... No. I was writing a short story today about my...
What?
Semi-reality. I was writing a short story.
You woke up early to write a short story?
No, I woke up...
I
woke up early, showered, and then while my hair was drying, I got ready, and then that was over quick, and then I got my coffee, and I made some breakfast, and I still had like an hour before I had to leave, so I wrote some pages of a short story that I've been working on, because it's based on a semi-true story experience that happened to someone I'm very close to. That involves a scooter and a scooter thief and sort of the person falling in love with the scooter thief, and then they kind of go, and part of it's real, but the second part is not happened yet.
Are you a
falling
thief?
in love. No. I would never steal someone's scoot.
Okay.
I might steal their heart.
I'll read it.
Will you read it on Patreon?
I'll read a review of it.
Will you
like
read it on
Twitter.
Patreon? It'll be short. It's a short story.
Yeah. You want me to read it in front of you? I would love that.
Yeah, and that way you could punch it up.
Okay. I'll just add fart noises.
Candy and Jimbo look really cute. I like their looks, their hosty looks.
I love not just their hosty looks, their impressions of each other.
Oh, yeah,
Jimbo's
yeah.
Candy impression was so good.
Funny. I mean, Jimbo's fucking hilarious.
And Candy's really fucking I'm sorry. I can't do it. How would you do Candy?
I don't think I could do any better than what you guys did.
If I only had a minute in a talent show, I would do a Candy Muse impression. The whole thing is me just trying to get there.
We start off with a bang. Monica Beverly Hills and her first single. I loved it. It was a lot of time before she started singing, and it was a lot of using the same phrase. I don't care. I loved it. I thought it was so hot, and she looked so beautiful.
I loved, first of all, just seeing her come back. I was thrilled to see her back on TV.
Yeah.
The song didn't make any sense, but it was so fun. She just kind of wandered in slow motion, and I would watch 4 minutes of that. Can we keep going? Let me see more.
would.
Let me see more.
I would watch. I had a great time.
I did enjoy how Rue in the walk around was like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm going to be doing one of my original songs." And she's like, "Oh, you have songs?" And she's like, "Well, I just have this one."
I love it. What else?
I want to know where it was going. I felt like we were on
I want the whole video. I want
journey.
a whole video.
Where
I feel like
were
it's
we
a
going?
7-minute movie.
Oh, 100%.
It's a 7-minute mini musical.
It absolutely is, and it's all in. It takes place over the course of about one city block. That's how long it would take to get to the end, and I don't give a fuck.
That city block, Halsted and Cornelia. In between Halsted and Broadway.
That's a really good block.
Yeah.
A corner.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Naysha Lopez. She danced.
She danced. She did flamenco,
She did really good, yeah.
Yeah, she looked great.
Impressive and beautiful. Kasha Davis, she was an angel, and then she was mad. I have to say, I don't know if it's my TV or what.
Okay.
I couldn't hear the lyrics. It was just so loud.
I think that was your TV. I heard them.
Political
loved
justice.
it.
Yes.
She makes her whole career. She's very into reading to kids, which I'm not thrilled about.
Yeah.
But she should have the right to do it. Oh, that was the other thing. Her whole thing is like, there's always time for kindness. Guess who won the reading challenge?
Mrs. Kasha Davis. Because two things can be true.
Kind bitch.
You can be kind and you can be a reader.
Those who can't teach. And so perhaps she struggles with kindness herself. So she tries to teach people to be kind. Because she's like, I can't do it, you stupid assholes. So she had like a message, but it was so bizarre. It was so like, I loved it. I liked it too. It was one of my top favorite performances of everyone.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah. Darian Lake did comedy. I had a few chuckles in there.
It's hard to do. You have a minute, right? Like
You
I've
have
never
a
heard
minute.
a comedian be like, I don't have a type 5, but I have a type 1 if you're interested.
Oh, I have a tight one.
It's you have been single for a while. Sorry.
It took you a whole minute to get there.
Well, because I thought of your single one. And I was like, anyway, but I think for what she had, the restrictions that were around, I thought she did great.
I like what Ego...
I love that dress. Oh, I love Ego, by the way.
I
Obsessed.
love Ego.
I love that she and Bowen are so close. I think that makes me love her even more.
I know. I'm so happy Bowen's taking a break, but I am
do you mean?
devastated. Bowen is taking a break from mental health from his podcast because he's finishing Wicked. Except Wicked was but a few weeks away from being done, and they're striking.
It got shut down.
Which is good. They should strike.
If,
I stand with them.
What if Wicked gets
but they were
pushed into
only.
2025?
But they were only because at the time last week they were only a month away from being done.
I feel so bad. Listen, strike. It's so important. We are supportive. But two things can be true. I feel so bad for the actors that either were finishing a project or just starting a project, or people who are promoting something they worked on and they were so excited to promote it. Like, well, I say thank God, but that's a strong reaction. But thank God they were able to do all the Barbie promos. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm so happy they got to do those promos, and like Oppenheimer, they had to like cut.
I don't care about Oppenheimer.
I know, because let's be honest, the nuclear bomb, that was bad. I think that's probably what the movie's about. But like, just people who have worked really hard on projects that have to they can't do interviews for them, and that sucks. I get it. Complete support.
But also
I
like,
just feel bad.
yeah, whatever.
I
think
mad.
just make them stop. You don't have to be that rich. You can spread it around. Haven't you seen, what's that movie?
White Chicks?
Hello, Dolly.
Oh.
Money is like manure. You got to spread it around so the garden will grow.
Is that what she says?
I think.
There's hairspray on that.
James Mansfield, I thought fucking slayed. And I know that we're biased. I thought she slayed. This was
screamed
so fucking
twice.
funny. I did too.
Screamed. Curtis was like, whoa. And I was like, aren't you blown away by it?
The song was funny.
This delivered.
The idea was funny. The choreography, she was dancing.
Well, dancing is a strong word, but she did move correctly.
But she was so clean with the movements.
I was so blown away when she was talking to Rue and she's like, I brought my titties. Sorry. I thought my candy was bad. I brought my titties. I can't do it, James.
It's like back up the throat. It's like back of the throat.
I brought my titties.
I brought my titties, real.
I was like, oh no, she's relying on them titties. But man, I was wrong. Yes, sure. We're a little biased. Whatever. I loved it. I thought
it was good.
The fuck away.
I thought it was so good.
So good.
Excellent use of the pit crew dancers, or just the dancers, whatever.
And the costume was so cool.
Are those dancers pit crew, or are they just dancers?
I think they're just dancers.
They're hot.
They all have pits.
And they all probably rode crew in college. Have you ever seen The Skulls?
Yeah. What?
The Skulls, that movie, The Skulls.
Oh, no. I thought you were going to talk about the naked crew guys. Remember? Do they still do that?
I think so.
That, like, English crew team where they're like, look, we're not homophobic. Here's pictures of us naked, and we're raising money for that. And we were all like, oh my God, thank you, straight college kids.
Yeah.
Remember how revolutionary that was?
Uh-huh.
Our world is so weird. Anyway.
Kahana Montrese, cheerleading. I loved this too. I thought this was so fucking cool.
Yeah, but she only did one flip though. You put that giant mat out for one. You did one? I want to see more.
She did a flip at least.
I know, I wanted to see more. Do two. You put a whole thing out for one. Do a few. We got time.
This is only a minute.
She could have used her a minute better, that's all I'm saying.
I loved it. Shut up. You're stupid. Lala Ree. Okay, now the minute I saw Lala Ree, I'll admit, I thought, I don't like this outfit.
I agree.
5 seconds later, I didn't fucking care because
I agree.
This was the Lala Ree experience. This was the fucking...
Not them using the painter font, though. I was like, oh God, they made that on an apple.
This was so good. This was like Super Bowl halftime show level dancing.
Because she's that good. Lala Ree was such...
incredible.
Okay. First,
couldn't take my eyes.
Let me touch on what you said. I completely agree with you. And I think this has kind of been my whole thing with Lala Ree this season is like, she is a superstar. You cannot deny that. Her performances are incredible. She brings it every time.
Yeah.
I would like, now that she has proven to be an unstoppable force, okay, unless you trust Alexis Michelle, and then she will stop you. Now I want a stylist, a costumer to work with her to bring her style up to the same level because her performance and personality and drag persona is top tier.
Yeah,
I'm
and her
ready.
Comedy.
Yes,
and her timing.
Comedy and her timing. I'm ready to see.
Fucking stunning.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready to see the costumes and stuff kind of grow to that level. But Jesus Christ, what she has is unteachable.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I also want to applaud Lala Ree for dealing with Alexis because Alexis sat her down to apologize for sending her home. And then hit on her and asked her boy name, which, like, if anyone did that to me when I'm in drag and you ask me for my boy name, unless it's to write me a check, I'm not telling you my name. What is wrong with you? I thought that was so weird. I'm so sorry, but Alexis Michelle, I knew I had a small fuse for her going into this, but Jesus Christ, she blew it immediately. I was like,
what is your name?
Fucking shut up. Anyway, Lala Ree, She's just so good.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Absolutely. Alexis Michelle, she sang, she had apples, she talked in that way she does.
What about her doing Mae West to do the reading challenge?
Yeah.
But I do love her as a drag queen, and I think when I have time away, I'll come back and be like, God damn, I love that bitch.
Yeah.
But right now, I love her. I don't love her. You know what I mean? Her choice to sing, if you're gonna sing live, you gotta give us more than that. Am I being mean? I'm being too mean.
I struggle with this too. Friends,
Is a TV
this
show.
is a personal taste thing.
Let's take a look
I
at
wanna
the
see-
successful singers
I
on
want to
the
hear
show.
fucking skrelting. I want to hear high operatic.
Well,
I want to hear
But
it
Monet,
all up
Monet
here.
was low operatic, and I liked it. If you're gonna bring
Okay,
a
yeah,
kind of
that's true.
more lower register, kind of run-of-the-mill theater voice,
Maybe it's self-hate.
I need there to be some sort of trick to it. You know, like Monet's she was doing opera.
Yeah.
So like, what are you doing with all that vibrato, ma'am?
I just want people to sing high.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine. It was fine. She looked gorgeous, but it was fine.
She always looks gorgeous. She always looks gorgeous.
It was fine.
Yeah, let's move on. Finally, Jessica Wilde. Jessica Wilde whipping her hair
She was wild.
back and forth. I thought this was entertaining.
Yeah. I thought it was entertaining. And yeah. I thought Lala redid it
Jessica
better.
Wilde. Yeah, I like that.
That's all.
Next, we get our hosts to perform. Jimbo makes a Sunday
With her body.
with her body parts.
I loved it. I'm sorry.
I loved it.
I
It
know,
was
I'm
weird.
sorry. I
It
loved
was weird. She pulled bananas out of places. She pulled ice cream out of her wig. She pulled
The smile on her face.
the
It's just.
mommy milkers whipped
And not a
milkers.
single drop landed on that sundae.
No.
Which was even funnier.
Yeah.
She pulled a cherry from her pussy. Listen. Give her the crown.
It's funny. It's drag.
It's good.
Candy Muse did a song, original song, Be My Muse, with the choreography. I thought it was great.
Now, she wasn't singing on that track. She was talking on the track. Who was singing for her? Did you notice? And they were kind of singing it, but it was very noticeably not Candy. I wonder.
Well-
I don't know, but it was really fun to watch, and she looked incredible.
Yeah.
And I love anything where I could do it at home myself. Makes me feel...
You're going to hurt your neck. Stop.
I know, no, I heard something crack.
I don't want you
Yeah,
to.
that's bad.
This week, we get the top 2 of the eliminated queens. They get to win something where they spin a wheel. I was proud because I actually wanted the top 2 to be Lala and James Mansfield.
Me too.
And it was.
I was pretty
honey.
shocked that it was, only because the judges seemed to have such a strong reaction to Jessica. But I think when they took a step back and looked at it as a whole,
No.
James did something so unique and so good, start to finish good.
Yeah. And Lala
And
was
Lala did
just
Lala.
a fucking superstar. Arena World Tour.
Yeah.
Sell it out.
And Jessica did great, but it was kind of like a lesser version of what Lala did. My heart did break a little when I realized what was about to happen, which was James was gonna lip sync against Lala. I was like, oh no, that's tough. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Oh. Do it.
I was just going to say, I loved this lip sync.
I think that's so interesting. Go on.
Well, I can't remember what it was because I watched it last
Okay.
night.
But you had a good time.
What was it? I thought it was good. I thought they both did really good. And I thought they played well with each other, which is why I think she let them both win, because Lala was incredible, but James was good at going with what Lala was doing and making it like a moment.
I think the plan the entire time was
to
that they
have
were both
to-
going to win.
Okay.
This is just my opinion. For me, part of me, I think the thing I like about James Mansfield's performance, like her number that she did, it was the first time this season, or any season, where she stayed present the whole time. She goes dead behind the eyes when she's performing sometimes. If it's not something that she's totally confident in, she does this stare, this like kind of distant stare where you're like, I don't know where James just went. And I saw that a lot with this lip sync. Whereas in her performance, she was there the whole time. And that's what I really connected to. So as I'm watching that lip sync, I think I was just very aware of James kind of falling back and getting in her head again. And when I saw the life leave her eyes, I was like, that sucks. And also the beat is a mere suggestion to her, as it would be for me as well. And it's funny. It's funny. I'm sorry. When Lala Ree is on it and she is hitting every fucking moment, and then you see James just kind of half a beat behind, it's funny. It's funny. So I was a little shocked when Ru initially announced that the winner was James before announcing Lala, because I knew it was coming. You led with James? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think it would have been nicer for her to do Lala, like the obvious, and then be like, and James, since you're already up here, why don't you go? It's such a big wheel. There's room for two.
So they get to spin the wheel, and whatever they land on, 2 times, 3 times, or 5 times.
Well, Bruno gets to spin the wheel.
They get to, that many gets for their fame games. Did you vote for the fame games yet?
I did.
Wait, you did?
So James Mansfield gets 2 times, however many votes she gets, times 2, and then Lala gets times 3.
Okay, did you vote already?
I did.
I was gonna vote right now.
Go for it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stop
Who did you vote for?
Okay, this is controversial, yet brave. I voted for Darian Lake. Did you watch the looks? They put together a compilation of everyone's looks that we didn't see on the show.
No.
Darian Lake delivered such incredible looks, such a departure from the first time she was on this show. I am beyond impressed with her. And not just her looks, although they are so fucking good. Her Miss look, you know, like they ought to be pageant people, she was misshapen. And she was in this oversized, misshapen white kind of blob suit thing that was so avant-garde and beautiful. Her reveal look, wedding gown into black, get out. But the thing I love the most is her Twitter campaign for it. It's hilarious.
I have been following up with the Twitter campaign. That's funny.
So yes, Darian Lake got my vote.
Okay, well, I should watch that before I vote.
Watch it. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I won't vote right now, but I will vote by the time this comes out, and then...
Well, voting ends tomorrow at time of filming.
Okay,
So you do need to vote soon.
Okay.
Naisha, I will say, for all the looks, yes, Darian took it for me, but one of Naisha's looks, it's also the Miss look, is Miss Shady, and it's a Joshuan look, where
we love
Joshuan
Joshuan.
turned her dress and her crown is all sunglasses that he made into like, so the crown is like crystal sunglasses, and then she has like a sash, and then like her train are like comments that she's actually received, like negative comments and stuff.
I bet some of those
is
are from
that right?
us.
Not true. We're really nice. Or maybe it was her reading people. I don't fucking remember. Anyway, it looks really cool. But other than that, Darian really fucking stole the show for me.
Okay, I like that. I like a Darian Lake win something.
Yeah. Next week is the actual finale. So
hopefully.
Well, by the time you're seeing this episode, you can no longer vote for the Fame Games, but you can watch and you can enjoy the finale. We will absolutely be back for the finale with our best smiles sometimes.
Our best friends.
Well, yeah, we got that covered. We'll do that at least. And we hope that you've enjoyed the season as much as we have, and we hope to celebrate the finale with you next week. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and, of course, the notification bell.
Join us on Patreon, patreon.com/IMHOtheSHOw.
That's all you need to know. Also, we're both on Cameo, so if you'd like a message from us to a loved one or a hated one, hit us up there.
Yeah, or you can get a dual message called a Cameo. Go to IMHOtheSHOW.com to get one of those.
And all of our merch is at dragqueenmerch.com. All right, we got to get this one in bed. We love you. We will see you next week. Goodbye. I feel so guilty when I make you do these after work. I'm so sorry.
I made us do it.
I know, but like,
you don't have to feel guilty. I'm sorry I keep yawning.
No, but it makes me feel good to like, because it's empathy. Because I'm watching myself right now, so I get to watch myself be empathetic, and it's just not something I see in myself a lot. When I was talking to my therapist, I can't remember what I was talking about, but I said something.
I thought you were going to say I can't remember her name.
I don't know her name. That's okay. Therapy's about me. It's about me. It'll be on a little Zoom screen, I'm sure. I'll see it next week. But I said something, and I was like, I don't know, is that kind of weird? And she was like, no, that's called empathy. You're an empathetic person. That's nice. That's a good thing. And I was like, I am a good person. You're right. Therapy over.
And then she's like, well, I empathize when people
with
are
like thighs.
Getting applause. What does empathy mean?
That's jealousy, what you were about to describe. That's the opposite.
No, but I feel the applause too, and I get all welled up, and I get excited.
Oh, you get happy for them?
Yeah.
That's sympathy.
Well, then I imagine myself getting the applause.
Okay, that's narcissism.
I
was
don't
trying
have to be the star of the show. I just like the applause. You know what I mean? Like when I was
But
in
you
My
like
Fair
when it's
Lady and I
yours.
was nobody, and then like on the very end.
Was that your title, your character's name?
Yeah, I was nobody.
Nobody Jones.
I was Nobody Jones in My Fair Lady. Actually, I played I got to be a Pearly King. They told me those people with the buttons
Yeah,
all over
yeah.
them. The comments told me they're called Pearly Kings and Queens, and I got to play a Pearly King.
Did you give yourself a pearl necklace? Sorry, let me do that to the camera. Did you give yourself a pearl necklace? Speaking of empathy, have you ever cried while watching TikTok?
Yeah.
To whom?
About what?
About whomst?
Like when dogs meet their owners after being lost for a while.
Oh, I can't handle that. Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, when anybody cry. When people cry, I want to cry. I usually cry too. So I feel like that's empathy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, did you see that fucking asshole who pretends to be a plant scared that poor woman?
No.
You know the guys that sit in a pot, pretend to be a plant, and then they scare people while they walk by?
I love those.
There was this poor sweet girl. She was kind of walking ahead of whoever she was with, or behind maybe, and she had her earbuds on and he scared her, and she was just so scared and screaming, crying. And it's like, when you really think about it, it's like, you don't need to do that. Don't fucking try and scare strangers. Try and scare your friends all you want, but you don't know what people are going through or
that's 100%
what they're
true.
doing.
But I think if you're dressed as a plant and you're scaring people as a plant in a high traffic area, I don't mind it as much.
But you gotta see this fucking video.
Well, no, I'm never gonna see it
heartbreaking.
because I love when they do it right, so I don't want to ruin it for myself.
It's not like Ellen,
but
they're paid to get scared.
I do enjoy I don't enjoy. We need to stop this. People who do pranks on people who are at work. Never prank a drive-thru employee. Never prank a barista. No. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And don't sing your order at them.
Disgusting. Although that
I just got so upset.
You know what videos always make me cry? Like, well up. I don't know that I've ever, like, sobbed, but I do
people get,
well up.
like, tipped really well?
People who stutter, who decide they've worked up the courage to go through the drive-thru.
Oh, I like watching those.
And they're like, it's because of you, like the audience, where, like, I want to do this, and I want to, I through your words of encouragement, I'm going to... Bitch. And then when the drive-thru people are so nice, that gets me. One got me the other day. It was an old man called into a radio station, because like what young person listens to the radio? He won a contest and he gets, I don't know. And they're like, what are you gonna do with the money? He's like, I'm gonna get my wife a proper headstone. My wife died and I'm on a fixed income and I've been saving up. She doesn't even have a headstone. So I'm going to take that money and I'm going to go visit my wife and I'm going to tell her we got her a headstone. Cry. Anytime, you know what it is?
I think
it comes from a dark place. It comes from a dark place. That's not true. You need to look at that's a dark place. But it comes from a dark place. Anytime I
don't trust anything.
A straight man show any sort of like crying emotion, that gets me. And I think it's solely because of our system is broken. Or kids. I cry when kids do things. Animals, obviously. When old people get surprised with like their grown kids or their grandkids coming to visit them.
anyone like reuniting.
I love it.
Anyone reuniting.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I really do. It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, reunite with yourself. Bye.
Reunite with yourself. That's a good mantra.
You should.